Today we got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles taking on all four main Robins: Nightwing, Red Hood, Red Robin, and Damian Wayne. Who comes out on top? Let's find out.
Hear the music.
I could do this all day.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were four baby turtles mutated by toxic goo called mutagen and trained in the art of ninjutsu by fellow mutant Master Splinter. The turtles' different fighting styles and personalities build off one another, making them a formidable team. So since there are four members of the team, we're going to break each of these down individually, starting off with Leonardo. Leo is the oldest of the turtles, the leader of the team, and he's considered by far to be the most disciplined and arguably deadliest of the turtles. He has superhuman strength and is able to cut guns in half, has superhuman durability, and has survived shots that would easily kill a normal human. He has superhuman speed and agility, able to dodge bullets at point-blank range, and he uses weapons to deflect lasers and bullets. He is the most skilled out of all the turtles, and can fight at close range with his katanas and long range with his shurikens. Next up, Donatello. He's definitely the most intelligent of the brothers, and is the scientist and engineer of the group. Just like the rest of the turtles, Donnie has superhuman strength and durability. He's also fast enough to dodge lasers and bullets. Donatello is second only to Splinter when it comes to the bow staff, and is an absolute genius with technology, able to come up with and reprogram weapons on the fly. Michelangelo is the fun-loving goofball of the group, but that doesn't mean he shouldn't be taken seriously as a ninja. Mikey has superhuman strength and durability, and you could make the argument that he has the best physicals out of everyone on the team. You could also make the argument that he is the fastest, as he can spin his nunchucks at such incredibly high speeds that he can form a shield to block lasers. A lot of people think that he is less skilled than his brothers because of his attitude and the fact that he's always joking, but this really couldn't be further from the truth. Finally, we have Raphael. He's the hothead of the group, and is the quickest to anger. He has superhuman strength, durability, and speed, and in fact, his rage sometimes gives him greater strength that he wouldn't have without it. He's a skilled ninja and fighter of his size, and actually has experience as a street brawler. But what's best about the turtles is when they're fighting together as a team. They each have a different style of fighting, but when they all work together, they actually make sure they're better by complementing each other's unique styles. So that's what we got in one corner, the Ninja Turtles. But entering the ring right now, Batman's proteges, the Robins. Essentially the patron saint of superhero sidekicks. Several people have taken on the role of Robin, Batman's partner in the battle against crime. Dick Grayson was the first, followed by Jason Todd, Tim Drake, and currently Damian Wayne. And I know there have been others. We're sticking with these four for now. Nightwing is in peak physical condition, being strong enough to throw refrigerators or make superhumans bleed. He's also durable enough to take attacks from super powerful beings, even a Superman clone. And he's able to go for 4 days straight, without sleep or rest. Dick is also the greatest human acrobat in the DC universe. He's actually faster and more fluid in his movements than Batman himself. He's also a highly skilled combatant, being trained by Batman and Richard Dragon, making him one of the best fighters on Earth. He also carries around an assortment of weapons, like Eskrima sticks, smoke pellets, sonic weapons, modified batarangs, a stun gun, and knockout capsules. Red Hood was the second Robin. He too is in peak physical condition, being strong enough to hold up the roof of a building, fast enough to consistently dodge gunfire, and its armor and helmet are both durable enough to take attacks from superhumans and are completely bulletproof. He's also a highly skilled fighter, as Jason traveled around the world similar to Batman, although he focused on much more deadly techniques. Red Hood's fighting style focuses on brutality, strength, and speed, and he's proven to be a master of plenty of fighting styles, and is even able to fight on par with Batman and Nightwing. He also usually always carries around firearms, typically preferring to use some heavy-duty dual pistols. Tim Drake was the only Robin who was able to successfully figure out Batman's secret identity, thus earning him a place in the Bat family, and became Red Robin. Tim is in peak physical condition for a guy his age, and has constantly trained with both Bruce and Dick in an attempt to continually hone his skills. He's also undergone extensive training in many different forms of martial arts, having been trained by Batman, Nightwing, and even Lady Shiva. While his fighting style is less acrobatic than Dick's, it is more unpredictable and fluid than Bruce's. He's arguably smarter and a much better detective than any of the other Robins, and he carries around a gear loadout similar to Batman, with his primary weapon being a custom-made bow staff. Then, finally, we've got Damian Wayne. Even though he's just a child, Robin is a highly skilled martial artist, being trained by Batman, Talia al Ghul, and the League of Assassins, and he even knows 1,000 ways to kill a man. He's actually able to fight on a par with other Robins despite his young age, giving Red Hood and Nightwing good fights. He's even said before that he knows as many martial art forms as Batman himself, and is trained in every weapon known to man. Damian also carries around a similar arsenal to all other members of the Bat family, having equipment like batarangs, smoke pellets, grappling hooks, and tear gas. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, I know I say in a lot of videos that this fight is a fight that I would love to see play out in comics. But here's the thing, we could actually see this fight play out in comics. I mean, Batman has gone up against the Ninja Turtles, why can't the Robins? Man, I would love to see that miniseries. But who would come out on top? Well, that's the question. And just to clarify here, this fight is more of a battle royale, where all four are going up against all four, instead of going mano a mano. So teamwork is going to be a very important factor in this fight. Now, the first thing we gotta take a look at is physicality. In terms of strength and durability, I gotta give the edge to the Turtles. I mean, they are superhuman after all. Leo's strong enough and tough enough to cut through pillars, or easily be punched through walls, withstand strong lasers or tasers. Raph has been able to stab through metal and rip apart metal robots. His shell is bulletproof, really, all their shells are, and he's been able to casually take attacks on people with crowbars or baseball bats, barely even flinch. Donnie is strong enough to smash apart metal, and has withstood explosions, along with the other turtles, and is able to easily take attacks from superhumans and get right back up. Then Mikey is strong enough to hurt Slash with an attack, who's casually been hit by cars, or throw shurikens hard enough to pierce through Bebop and Rocksteady, who are bulletproof. However, even though the Turtles are stronger and more durable, I don't think they're necessarily faster or more agile than the Robins. Now, don't get me wrong, don't want to undersell the Turtles here. Each and every one of them has been able to consistently dodge bullets and lasers literally all the time. They're ninjas. They're obviously going to be fast and agile. But Nightwing is the best human acrobat in the whole DC universe, and even called freaking Wally West. Red Hood has been able to dodge gunfire from Deathstroke and even hit Green Arrow before he can react. Red Robin has dodged punches from Batman in the Insider suit, which has limited access to the Speed Force. And even Damian has been able to blitz people or punch so fast that his fists are literally a blur. Then with skill, I'd give the slight edge to the Robins, but I actually think it's a whole lot closer than people realize. Every Robin has been trained by Batman, one of the greatest martial artists in the world, and each has received additional training from others as well. like being trained under Richard Dragon, Lady Shiva, or the League of Assassins. They've also fought against Deathstroke, Shiva, Cassandra Cain, Batman, and each of them have battled against the others before as well. Really, each of these heroes are some of the absolute best fighters and most skilled martial artists in the world. They're some of the best. But honestly, you could say the same for the Ninja Turtles in their respective universe, and on their respective world as well. Some of the best. I mean, Leo is battled against Kroll, who was the Battle Nexus champion, being trained by the Ancient One, who trained both Splinter and Yoshi. He defeated arguably the Lady Shiva of their world, and he's even taken on all of his brothers and defeated them. Raphael is very skilled as well, and be able to harness his rage and emotions very well, making him a force to be reckoned with. Donnie's skill with a bow staff is second only to Splinter himself. And even though Mikey is the fun-loving goofball of the group and is never really acting serious, he's a force to be reckoned with as well. While training both Leo and Don, both of them were taken down, and he was the only one standing. And Mikey's signature move is a nice swift kick between the legs. Hey man, it's effective. And then when it comes to gear and weapons, the Robins got the edge just because of their sheer variety and versatility. I mean, batarangs, smoke pellets, flashbangs, explosives, tasers, grappling hooks, tear gas, all sorts of things like that. Then Dick has got his Eskrima sticks. Jason has got his pistols. Tim's got his bow staff. The Bat family is famous for their gear. However, there is a real question of just how effective these weapons will be against the Turtles. I mean, Leo has easily stood up to high-powered tasers. The whole gang has withstood explosions, gotten right back up. Batarangs aren't going to do much considering they can dodge bullets and lasers, and their shells are bulletproof. And then just by battling against the Foot Clan, well, they've dealt with poison gases, flashbangs, and other weapons like that. But if the Turtles can counter the Robins' gear, the Robins can counter the Turtles' weapons as well. I mean, they've fought against countless opponents with shurikens, sais, bow staffs, swords, nunchucks, all sorts of things like that. It's nothing that they haven't seen and beaten before. So, end of the day, who's coming out on top here? Well, I think this was a whole compilation of one-on-one fights. The Robins are coming out on top. Nightwing versus Leonardo. Real tough fight, as both are ridiculously skilled, but I give the slight edge to Nightwing. Red Hood versus Raphael will be a real brutal fight, and could be as close to undecided or a draw as you could get here. Red Robin versus Donatello. As good as a fighter Donnie is, I think Tim has him edged out. And then Mikey versus Robin, well, that one's once again up in the air. But I think Damien's ruthlessness and tenacity, plus Mikey's tendency to play around and not take things too seriously, makes me give the edge to Robin. However, there's a big difference in this specific fight between 4 one-on-one fights and 1 4-on-4 fight. Because, as Donnie said, in the heat of battle, him and his brothers are something to behold. 4 distinct styles uniting as one, working as a well-oiled machine when they're fighting a common enemy. They've lived together, trained together, and fought together since they were born. And when they're united as one, they can take down threats like Shredder, one of the biggest bads on Earth. On the other hand, the Robins haven't spent much time at all training and fighting together as a whole foursome. Dick and Tim know each other real well and work great as a unit. Same with Dick and Damien, because of their time together as the dynamic duo. But that's kind of where it stops. Tim and Damien have a personal vendetta against each other, and Jason is so hot-headed and jealous, both Dick and Tim, that he's either going to want to call the shots or just go rogue. Really, the same could be said for Damien on that front. On the other hand, Like we said, the Turtles' seasoned and fluid teamwork gave them a huge advantage in this fight. And with that teamwork, I could see them scraping out a victory here. 1-on-1, they should lose. But 4-on-4, I think they can come out on top. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles win. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sign off in the comments down below. Also, be sure, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, and turn on notifications for more videos. And I will see you all next time.